Welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting, and a little bit early this week, whatever report, and the dog decided he was napping literally until I started talking live. I was talking beforehand, making noise to see if he was going to sleep, and now, there you go. We're doing a whatever report on a Friday, because I realized I'm doing something with my folks tomorrow night, so I'm not going to be able to do this. So I was like, oh, I need to do this tonight. So this is a little impromptu, a little later than normally, that I decided to do a Friday whatever report. I had a bunch of people hanging out early here. We had GT Key tailgating. We have my man John, who's disappointed he had other stuff going on. Well, I understand. That's why I'm doing it tonight, is I have other stuff going on tomorrow. So totally understand, my friend. But I hope you have a good evening out and a good Father's Day weekend. Hope those daughters of yours treat you good. So we got Gordon in the house. What is going on? Unruly. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're referencing. I really don't know what you're referencing. So maybe. We bit. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. I don't know what you're referencing. Blue Collar Dan, what's going on? Black Knight in the house, what is going on? I know that old chair was giving me back problems, and I was having all kinds of issues. I had to get a new chair. Planet, what is going on? Hope you're having a happy weekend. Yes. Mastodon, welcome, sir. Donnie, glad to see you for sure. So yeah, we're just hanging out. We're gonna see how much noise the dog makes to see if I have to kick him out or not, or if we can just do this. He's trying to push the boundary right now, isn't he? He's really, yeah. Go back to sleep. Here. Eat the treat. Be quiet. So we're gonna try that. That'll last about 30 seconds. But yeah, so we're hanging out on a Friday because I got other plans tomorrow. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend planned. It's actually holiday weekend, which I'd forgotten about till like Wednesday, and I only remembered then because one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, we got Monday off." I was like, "Sweet." So yeah, we got a little holiday weekend coming up for me. But yeah, let's dig into this. Our usual little segments. We're kicking off with what are we drinking, and we are drinking a little bit of bourbon tonight. My ice cube kind of fell over. And what do we do tonight? We did not open a new bottle. We went back to a little new riff single barrel. I got several bottles open at the moment, and I'm trying to I've started to go back to the Wilderness Trail, which I was drinking on last week, but that and this one probably just need to be. Well, this one's got enough in it. It's probably fine for a little bit longer. But yeah, I just need to thin the herd before I open some new stuff for sure. So yeah, we went back to this new riff single barrel, which is not as good tonight as I remember it when I drank it the last time. But it's not bad. It's better than a couple of the other things I have at the moment. So that's for sure. Percy dog. All right, I guess I'm going to have to kick the dog out. Give me a minute. I apologize. Sorry about that. Puppy dog had to, be vacated. So 3-day weekends are good. Well, it's a single barrel, so it's only 106 proof though. If it'll focus. Yeah, so it's not like crazy hot. It's not like, I got a bottle of Rebel single barrel that's like 120. Let's see if we can get this thing to there we go. So that was not too bad. Just the ice cube kind of fell over and cracked. My clear ice cracked, so it looks funky, and then it fell over and it's Yeah, it's just small enough that it's the wide way. Hey, Ron Space, what's going on? We buy the new Thor shipping August 7th. I'm not sure of this one left out, even though I have the last run. I have not picked up Thor since Jason Aaron left it. I love that whole run. Big fan of the Jane Foster stuff. Big fan of even the Thor, even his version of Thor and Gore and all that stuff. So I didn't read any of the Kate's run. I've never really been a Thor reader outside of the Jason Aaron run. So I don't know. I haven't even looked to see who the new writer is. If it's August, actually, I guess the answer is no, because I didn't even notice it to pre-order that it was starting over or whatever, because I've already done my August pre-order. So yeah. He would not. He's not gonna come back. He's gonna go take a nap. Is what he's gonna do. Poor old man. He's 13 and a half at this point. So we're on borrowed time, but he's a good boy. Not a hero. Sad face. Well, I understand that. I have was contemplating the other day. I'm like, can I make a vacation work? And then I looked at my finances after paying for a roof, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I have no vacation. There'll be no vacation. I really would like to do a vacation, but I haven't done one other than like going to a con for several years, and I would love to just escape. And then this week, I didn't put it up here. Like they sent me an offer. Like I watched a book this week, like A Grail. Like we'll get to that in a minute. They're always new Thorn, yeah. Pre-order Conan and Sonia. There you go. Staycation. Unfortunately, the last few years it seems like that's what I've had is staycations. We go to large staycations, and then I just need you guys to get me like $2,000, and I could buy like a Grail. Which I don't need, and I would not. do not give me super chats. I was just being facetious. But the top book on my list, which doesn't come up very often, which is that Star Spangled 65, came up this week and a couple days ago on eBay. You don't see them very often, and which is the first solo Robin, if you don't know what it is. Star Spangled Comic 65, and I was like, oh sweet. It was an 8.0. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, I need to be like a 2. So there you go. I gotta build back. I gotta get built back. I did end up spending we'll talk about in a minute. I did spend a chunk of my comic money that I'd saved up, but like vacation money is all gone. It all went to roof. Fireball, cinnamon whiskey, and lemonade. Oh, okay. Nice. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not a huge Fireball guy. It's okay, but I'm not a huge Fireball guy. But Fireball with lemonade, that's interesting. I've never tried Fireball with lemonade. I've tried regular whiskey with lemonade, obviously, but never tried Fireball. Packing up 19 books. Dang, you've been sending a bunch of books in, TJ. Nice. Let's see. I don't think so. But I could be wrong. But I don't think so. Scored a mini grail today. And what did we get? Really? You have to, don't keep us in suspense. Let us know. Or are you making a video? Which I doubt. So let's know what that mini grail is. All right. So let's get back to our thing. What do we got next? We got what's coming up on the channel. So what do we got coming up on the channel? Tomorrow's video is locked and loaded. Well, it's not. It's loading actually right now. It is. Let's see where we're at. We're at 61% uploaded at the moment. So it is loading. So it should be locked and loaded for TJ tomorrow at 11 o'clock on time, ready to go. Look back videos should be ready to go. Sunday night, we should be playing some more D&D, I think. Everybody, despite it being Father's Day, I think everybody was, last I heard, still up for playing. So we're going to be rocking a little D&D on Sunday night. Monday, we'll probably bring a little cash or trash because that's just the timing, it seems like now. And then, in theory, we have a indie show this week. It's Usagi. So Not all of my it would be the final indie show Usagi. Finally doing book 7. We are literally 2 years since we did the first episode. There's only 7 volumes. Not holding my breath, but fingers crossed. Maybe, possibly, we'll see. So if not, maybe I'll try to get in Rolly to join me for another Rachel Rising or something, or fill something else in. So let's see. Got Athletic Bird Company Upside Down Golden. Nice. Very nice. Grandma Wit 2. I don't know what any of that means, but which means it's something cool that you know about that I don't know about, that's kind of indie, off the radar. So yeah, awesome for you. I don't know what that is. So, D&D graphics are too realistic for my taste. He's making fun of my little PowerPoint with the little circles that are the people. So no, we none of us ever. I tried to investigate Roll20 as like a tabletop thing to play the game with, but they all have to be kind of subscribed to, and it's a little more of a pain. And there's some other ones, and I just went out and just did the PowerPoint thing and just displayed. And I get it. It's because if you play the other game, like, they can move their own pieces potentially, and but oh well. That wand of magic is extremely powerful. Yeah, they've been finding ways to make my game less exciting than I would like at times, but that's okay. Cosplay D&D. He wants to cosplay D&D. I'm up for that. They can. So I'm the DM. I just dress like I am. I'm the voice, Hey, Cards fan, what's going on? Oh, you're not too late. You haven't missed a whole lot. Just drinking what's coming up on the channel. What else we got? What have we picked up this week? Hey, we picked something up. If you guys have seen my unboxing this week, and if not, you can see it right there. JP actually got a book off his 23 goals list. He did pull the trigger on a Hawkman 4 finally. It's a nice mid-grade. I'm hoping it's at least a 4. I'm hoping it's a 5. I think at the worst it's a 4. But I'm not great at grading those kind of things. The guy indicated basically a 5. So I'm hoping that's what it is. Got a sweet little pinch stamp. So yeah, we pulled the trigger. And yeah, at some point we'll get this, cleaned and pressed and sent in. But I haven't sent anything in a very long time, and I got to build back because I use up most of my comic funds to do that. So yeah, we're back to not ground zero, but close. So thank you. Always nice to hang out on your day off, for sure. Reruns, old news. It is old news. It is absolutely old news. Always a good thing. The other thing that came is my 2-week, once every 2-week order from Midtown. As you can see, it keeps getting thinner and thinner. But yeah, so we got Poison Ivy 13. I just got I think this is just the A cover. Unlike John, I didn't buy like 9 covers. I only bought the A cover. I really only do variants on Poison Ivy if they're Frisian variants. Otherwise, I've just been doing the A's. The Jessica Fong variants have been pretty good. That's not true. I've done a couple Dan Moore variants too. So, but yeah. So Poison Ivy 13. Haven't read any of these. Just came today and I just didn't have time. So yeah, I'll have to give you guys a review next week or something. We did pick up a facsimile. Even though I have the real thing, I did go on and grab the facsimile of The Death of Gwen. So yeah. I sometimes grab the facsimile, sometimes I don't. This is one I did decide to go on and grab. Been off since May. Wow, that's a while. I probably need to do that. I need to make some trade orders, and I may have to think about that. We'll see. Captain Marvel 50. You guys know I've enjoyed this run. I know they're restarting it today, or they announced today they're restarting it. I don't know if I'll go back. I may just kind of do like the Thor thing and walk away as a way to continue to get rid of new books, but we'll see. I don't have to make that decision today. I am still getting a Spider-Man book for now, the Dan Slott stuff. Although, again, I'm just like, I don't know. Even it's like, just so frustrated with the whole thing at the moment. I don't even look forward to reading the other one. Yeah, they definitely do. Then we got continuing course 3 Batman. We got Batman 136. So I have no idea. I think they're starting a new story arc here, but him and Catwoman, I don't know. I don't know anything about this one. So, or I haven't heard anything about this one. And then the last of my new books, I continue to love this Darth Vader run. Seems like we're bringing Afro back in. This has got to be coming to an end pretty quick. I feel like they're getting to the end of this between Empire, Return of the Jedi arc area. So I would guess we got a few more issues, but not too many more of that before that ends. Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations. So yeah, that's it. That's all I picked up, which is a lot for me, obviously, with this thing. But yeah, so those are what we picked up this week. So we got comments wise. Yeah. What are we reading? What did I read this week? Not a whole lot. Obviously we read and talked about Sandman. But I didn't really read that this week. I'd read it before, and then I tried to skim it just to make myself. But we did do a breakdown of Sandman Volume 9, which is so huge. And one of our people was on a time limit, so we didn't go in as in-depth as we sometimes do. But I still think it was a really good discussion with me and Unruly and Kavi, Comic Books NYC, and Jennifer, Comics of Breakers Hard. Love those discussions. We only got one more volume of main Sandman, but I know we're going to probably do the Death trade as well. And we'll see where we go from there, but looking forward to that. Yeah, it has definitely been really good. Unfortunately, you're probably right. So that's probably a good bet. So yeah. Background, you guys see, I went with my Silver Age stuff. I got the DC stuff here at the front, but I got Marvel Silver Age stuff at the back. So some of my Silver Age first appearances and stuff is my background for at least for a little while. We'll celebrate. Got my first Jane back there, and Gwen and Mary Jane and Carol. So yeah, we got several books back there. Oh wow, you bought a 3,000 book collection, and you've read almost all of it. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. So yeah, so that's what are we watching? I have not made it to Flash yet. Actually, if I was going, I probably should have tried to go tonight. But I really didn't. I had other stuff going on, and I was like, I'm not dedicating the time. And I'll be honest, I'm just not excited at all. We talked about this last week, but I'm not super excited to go see it. I'm maybe going to try to get there Monday since it's the holiday, and maybe just go catch a Monday matinee if they even have one, just to kind of see it. But we'll see. We'll see how my weekend goes and if I get there or not. Other thing I've been watching, hey, Lady F, is I got hooked back in. I'd watched like season 1 like a long time ago, and I hadn't even thought about it before. And I've been watching these A&E biographies, basically one a night this week. These A&E wrestling biographies. So it's been, what has it been this week? It's been, the one I've watched tonight earlier was Edge. And then there was the DX one. And then there was, so this is like season 2. There's already a season 3. There's the DX one. There's Kurt Angle one. The Lex Luger one was like, I wasn't super interested in that one. But there was, what was before Kurt? There was a really good, what was the one I was really interested in? Oh, there was the Bellas, but there were, and Goldberg and stuff. So I've been watching those lately, like, because I don't know. I just found them again, and I was like, some of the stories are intriguing and interesting to hear about the behind the scenes stuff. So that's what I've been watching in the evenings instead of like something probably. Yeah, I've been watching old wrestling documentaries on old wrestlers. So there you go. Lady F saying hello to everybody. Comic collector, what is going on? What is up? Glad you can hang out with us for a little bit. So yeah, so that's it. What else we got? We've done reading, we've done thing. So nothing really to break down at this point. So I guess we're already to the whatever you guys want to talk about tonight, which is early, but I don't really have a ton of stuff. It is interesting. Yeah, I understand that. I do. Nice. Lots of people. Down to 20 to 30. I remember being there, and I'm now down. Well, my July and August pre-orders are super low, like under $10 because they're only because of that DC Night Terrors event that I just ignored. But the winners decide justice, unfortunately. Lady F, I need to drink water. What is it? There's a line by a villain from my favorite manga, which is One Piece. If you guys, I've talked about it a little bit. I don't talk about it much on this channel, but there's a line in the villain. It's like, justice will prevail. Like, he's like, justice will prevail. And he's like, of course it will, because the winners will define what justice is. And so, yeah, I mean, there's truth to that. And that's, yeah. Unfortunately, justice is what the winners say it is. And that's just the nature of the world we live in. It's the nature of that world, but it's the nature of our world. And it sucks sometimes, but yeah, that's why if you're on the side of what you think, you better make sure you win, because your justice only prevails if you win. So, okay, fine. Talk about free will. It's not real. What is the nature of truth? You guys are keeping me on like, I never got that high. About 30 is where I maxed out when I first got back in. About 30 is where I maxed out. But yeah, I love One Piece. It's one of my favorite things. I've been reading it. I found it way back when I was like not collecting comics, like in 2006 or 7. And I caught up to reading it online, obviously free, like translations, like right during like Water 7. Which if you're a One Piece fan, you know what that is. And I've been reading it week to week as it comes out ever since. And then I have all the volumes that are out up there on the top of my bookshelf. And yeah, I'm a huge fan. More relatively now. Yeah. So there you go. Free will presents. Free will is overrated. I disagree with that. I don't think there's any necessarily grand plan that controls what we're doing. I do think we have free will, but the fact of the matter is we don't use it very well. I don't think generally people, instead of using their free will, and they don't, the reason they don't is so they can then blame what happens on something else or someone else. And so we let people tell us how to act and how to behave and how to, like, instead of doing, yeah. So anyway, we're getting all philosophical, but yeah. Yeah. Nice. New World was a good time to join as well. So, God, I remember there was like 4 months where there was nothing, and it was like, so yeah. Taking some of these people out. Recognize in the chat. See, you guys got me off on like serious stuff. We don't normally talk about serious stuff. Goodness gracious. What else is it? What else we can talk about? Yeah, I don't know. The tiny that's just you, unruly. Mine's the band from the cantina. So there you go. Nice. That would be interesting. I would be interested in for sure. I haven't seen the Flash movie yet, Chris. I have not gotten there. If I was gonna make it, it would have been like right now. Like if I was gonna have made it right now, and I decided not to try to go tonight. I'm gonna try to get there. I think Monday. I'm not super excited, and the initial reviews I have not made me any more excited for it. So, this is true. I haven't been reading that story. I mean, it's comics. They'll be back in like 6 months. So, I mean, everybody's band is different. Is my point. You're the only one with the Oompa band. Somebody else has something else. Everybody else has something different. He's watching Last of Us. I've never went back to Last of Us yet. There's a lot of shows I haven't went back to yet, but Flash movie or trailer looked dumb. I don't know. It looked dumb. It just didn't excite me really. I think part of it is the whole stuff surrounding our actor, Mr. Ezra, and the fact that they haven't really had to face any real consequences for the crap that they were pulling. And so, yeah. And then, I'll be honest, I didn't really need to see Michael Keaton Batman. And yeah, I went through this last week. I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to run down a movie I haven't seen because I don't know. It just hasn't excited me enough to make me like rush out like I did for like Spider-Verse or, and so, yeah, I've only heard good things about Last of Us. I just have not been in the mode. I've been like anti-post-apocalyptic stuff for a while, it seems like, and I'm not really in the mode. And I know it's not, it's its own thing, but it's just like, I don't really need another one. Yeah. Sleepy Reader, what's going on? There you go. It's just a name. I mean, names we have now, people back in the day would be like, what the heck? So, yeah. I think names are just change and go through. Yeah. So, all right. We have been on some random topics here. We got a long way to go, and whatever you guys want to talk about, we've been on some nature of justice and free will and the Flash. Well, since about midway through the Fast and the Furious movies, they've been superhero movies. My friend Alec, Whitewell Comics, makes this argument, and he's right. Like they do things that don't. They're in their cars. They're clearly superheroes at this point, and yeah. So, but yeah. So I mean, they're very much similar things. Although I thought it was hysterical. Michelle Rodriguez, who I like as an actress, and generally like when she's in stuff. And she made a comment I saw this week, like on the red carpet, about how, well, I mean, there's so many of them, and how can you like, you're just telling the same story over and over again and stuff. And it's like, dude, you're in Fast 10. Come on. You're at the red carpet for Fast. Maybe she was being like sarcastic and telling a joke or something or whatever, but the part I seen made it play off like she was being serious, and it was funny. It was just funny to me. She was like running that because how many times can you tell these same stories? And it's like, dude, you're in a franchise in the 10th movie. Hello, pot. This is kettle. So, I hope she was, because I like her. I generally like her a lot, but that was just kind of a really ridiculous statement. So I was like, really? I hope she was just being kind of, but the way they tried to portray it in the clip I saw made it come off as she was just being tone deaf. But that could have easily been edited to make it seem that way. For sure. My bourbon's kind of watery at this point. Which is the problem with, like, I like the chill I get from, like, I've been making the big, rocks to go with my bourbon, and I did that when I first started because I wanted a little bit of water. Yeah, I think so. So, um, and I like the chill and the like, and I really like the taste with that little bit. But boy, even with a big rock, that gets watered down so fast that it's like, yeah. Um, so then I go back to drinking it straight, and then there's only some of them though I can do straight because some of them are just, yeah, I just can't do straight. So I don't know. We're just at that stage. I put a rock back in tonight, but yeah, it didn't take it long to really water it down. What are you gonna do? What else is going on? Trying to think if there's other interesting stuff happening that I can tell you guys about, and there's really not. I need to order probably some more trades. I've been debating on some stuff, what I want to do. I've been going back and forth on a lot of things about where my collecting's going. Um, and I don't know. This book, like, there's books on here that I really want. I still really want a Star Spangled of some sort. And there's books I really, really want that are on, like, this list and on the 25 still. And yet I find myself less and less motivated. And maybe it's because I've had some financial issues and other stuff going on, and I've had some personal stuff going on. Nothing like terrible. It's just life stuff. And but yeah, I just don't know where I'm at the moment. I'll be honest. As a collector, and I still enjoy really reading. I enjoy collecting. Like, I'm super pumped that I have this now. Don't get me wrong. I am so excited. And like, to look at this behind me, if you'd have told me this 5 years ago that I would own all of these, I would have told you were on drugs. I wouldn't have believed it. So I'm super, like, happy with where my collection is at. And there's definitely things I want, but I just find that my motivation for chasing them and putting in the effort is like, eh. Does it make any sense? I don't know. I think that's actually this issue that I got this week. I think this is Spider-Boy's origin, or supposed to be start of it or whatever. I'm just like, but yeah. These, no. None of these are going anywhere anytime soon. It's not that I like it's not that I want to, like, get rid of my collection. It's like I just don't know where I'm going from here. It's not like I completed, like, my want list, but I don't know where I'm going from here as a collector, I guess is the better way to put it. It's not like I'm ready to be done, but I just don't know what my next step is. The way I've been going about it, I don't think is the way I want to continue to go about it, because I have a lot of this stuff. And I tried there for a little while to kind of grab some stuff and CGC and then turn and burn some books. And it worked for a little while, and it helped me afford some of these books, and it helped me get over the hump on some stuff. But the grind was a pain, and then the market kind of collapsed, and it's kind of like I'm sitting on a few books that are, like, not really even worth it to sell hardly at this point. And it's like, yeah, so I don't really want to be that guy. And I don't really have enough expendable income to, like, take the next step up to, like, bigger books. Like the really big stuff. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. And yeah. Thank you, Cards Fan. It is, yeah, and you guys can't really see, I should have put some of those at an angle, but yeah, it's pretty, like I said, I wouldn't have believed that. And I just picked Silver Age keys. This is all just Silver Age stuff. It's the way I did this. This is not any of my more modern stuff that's worth quite a bit or any of that. It's just Silver Age stuff. I think so. I think you're right. I think I need a new angle. I just don't know what that is yet. And it's not like I don't want to keep getting some comics. And obviously, I've dabbled a little bit in the art, but that's not cheap either. And I've, so I don't know. I just don't know where I'm going for sure. Marvel Wasteland podcast. I haven't heard of that one. I don't listen to a ton of podcasts because I don't have much of a commute. Like my trip to work is literally like 10 to 15 minutes depending on traffic, like 15 max. And that's and most of the time it's like 10. And if there's no traffic, it's like 5. So I don't, if I hit all the lights, then it's like 5. But so I don't really have a commute, so I don't listen to a ton of podcasts. The only time I like, so yeah, but interesting. In players need Dagon and I don't know where that's going either. I gotta get them. We're close to getting through the book. I don't know how far we'll go after that. Yeah, this is about driving for sure. Well, there's Marvel. They're just at the back at the moment because I did the Hawk because I had the Zatanna was the new book. I did the DC Silver Age at the front, but obviously, like, there's Marvel up here. I have less Silver Age Marvel than I have Silver Age DC, for sure. And part of that's just because of the books I prioritized, but like, you know, you guys can see the Carol. But in the Mary Jane, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, I have some Marvel up here. I just have, and I could have put. There's some other books I could have put up there, more ASM stuff, but most of it was all tied to Gwen and MJ, and so I was just like, yeah, we'll put the main ones up and won't worry about it. I mean, parts of me wants everything. I agree. Yeah. I'm sorry you read that, Tacoma. I know how much you love that character. I'm sorry you read that. I mean, there's parts of me that want everything. There absolutely is, but I know I can't afford everything. So it's like I've always tried to be very specific in what I get and what I go after. And I'm just not 100% sure where I'm going at this point. No. Yeah. Yeah. You get a lot of drive time in, my friend. Yeah, he's commuting to a job site quite a ways. I get that. I get that. Well, and YouTube allows you, and I guess podcasts allow you to do that too. But I almost nothing I watch after the fact is very rarely not at like at least 1.5 speed. Some people I can't do, like if I could, depending on how quickly they talk, it's usually like almost 2 times speed. But sometimes they get too fast for me that I don't like the way it sounds and doesn't like it breaks the rhythm is too. So it's usually like 1.5, maybe 1.75. I usually can't hardly do 2. That gets a little too fast for me, but they do. I didn't know that. In some alternate version, I'm sure there's some. Yeah. Um, yeah. And really, spends a lot of time on the road. Uh, one book at just do it one book at a time. I know, and I don't want to give the wrong impression. I'm not like gonna stop collecting, but realistically, that's only like outside of a new book. It's only really the second book I've added to my collection this year. Now, obviously, that's a big book for me. That's a really big book. I think I was figuring that's the second most I've spent on a book. I don't think I've spent. How much did I spend? Yeah, I spent more than I spent on that. I spent more than I spent on that Talia. I spent more. Yeah, I think that's the only book I've spent more on was the raw copy of NYX that I spent on this one. And so, yeah, the problem is I find myself looking at things that I really, like the things that draw my interest at this point are things that really can't afford. Maybe that's part of it. And it's like, oh, that would be super cool. And I'm like, I can't afford that. What are you doing? And the things I can, I'm just like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going. I'm just, if I had an answer, I mean, I'm not like, where's it? I mean, this is still like, these are all books that I still want, but these golden age things to get in any kind of grade at all, A, they don't come up very often, and B, it seems like everyone that's come up recently has been too high a grade for me, or well, I just couldn't afford anything at the moment. And then I don't know. And then some of the stuff I'm like, is it really like truly a priority? And I just go back and forth. I'm just confused at the moment what I want and where I want to go. Big bucks and bigger bucks. Yeah. I definitely need to, like, I've been saying this for like a year, is I need to thin the herd and get rid of some stuff. Every time I get to the point, I'm like, oh, I have a little time. I could go through and try to, I just don't really want to mess with trying to sell. I'll be honest. I don't want to mess with trying to do a YouTube sale. A, because if people don't show up, you don't make any money. And because I don't sell all the time. Not that many, like, it's 10 of you tonight. This is my regular show. Obviously, it's a little different time, but like, I'm not going to draw 60 people to a sale. And the stuff I have, you're going to have to, like, for it to go for anything. The stuff I'm trying to get rid of is all like cheap stuff, dollar book kind of stuff. But it's all like in runs. So I would prefer to just sell like the runs. I mean, there's a few books I have that are one-offs, but there's several runs that I'm just trying to get rid of. And I don't really want to mess with trying to list them on eBay, and I'm just lazy. Let's call it what it is. Lack of motivation. One thing's to happen, but I won't have to do them. Oh, goodness. But you don't like anything, sinner. I know that's not true. I know that's not true. So I don't know. I got boxes here. I got a box, and I need to like really cull the herd and basically make another box of stuff that needs to go. I need to get rid of probably at least 2 short boxes worth of stuff, but it's not stuff that's like worth anything. So my motivation to try to get rid of that stuff is like lacking. Interesting. So is that all like the Wastelanders? So is that all like the Old Man Logan stuff, post-apocalyptic podcast thing, or what? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I'll be honest. So, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I'm at on collecting, on living, on any of it. Okay, gotcha. I haven't really read any of that stuff. It never really. Again, this goes back to like, I feel like it's been going on for a while now. It's my whole post-apocalyptic alternate future stuff. Now, this is from somebody loved the movie Logan. Well, I don't know if love's the right word. I think it's a really, really good movie. It's just, yeah, I don't know about love because it's a hard movie to watch, but this kind of that. But the whole, yeah, I don't know. I'm just burnt. I feel like that's all we've done is post-apocalyptic stuff lately, and I'm just like, ugh. Nice. And this is coming from a guy who in the last couple of years read East of West, which is sort of that. And it's his favorite comic book that he's read. So, yeah. So there you go. That guy's blind, still kicking butt. I like it. Yeah, no, they had like Old Man Hawkeye, Old Man Quill, Old Man Logan, and I thought there was another one. Is there another one? That are actual comics, not just the podcast, but yeah. So yeah, I talk out both sides of my mouth. I don't like post-apocalyptic. I love East and West. So there you go. Drinking my water / bourbon. I like some of Hickman stuff. I haven't read a ton of it, so there has been a comic wise, or just on the podcast. There has been. I don't remember seeing the Black Widow one. I do remember. Now that you say it, I do remember the Old Man Quill. Yeah. Or Star-Lord. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Trying to decide lately, I potentially have another opportunity at work. It's weird. It's a job that's almost a lateral, but technically it's a step up. But it would get me back. Like, the only reason I'm really interested in it probably is because it would get me back closer to my folks. But I don't know if I'm going to go for it. I don't know what I'm going to do because, like, I'd get a raise, but like, it would be sucked up by the fact that I probably wouldn't get a raise. I wouldn't get a raise next year that everyone else would get because I'd be off probation, even though, because it's a new job, even though I'm a 20-year employee. It's like, but that's just the way our system works. So I get the raise for moving up, but it's only one step, which is not that big of a raise. And then I'd probably lose all of it I gained. I guess I'd get it earlier and I'd have a higher ceiling. I don't know. I've been debating on that, trying to decide what I'm going to do there. I got a couple weeks to decide if I'm going to go for it or not. But yeah, I just feel like this year has been so weird for me. It's just been so weird. I mowed today and it's a freaking, my yard is dirt. Like, I had to mow, but it's just dirt because we're in a freaking drought, and it's just, I don't know. My whole year has just been bleh. So for a long time, I kept this side quiet. I grew up in the day and age of where you were ridiculed if you read this stuff, if you liked this stuff. You were made fun of. You were a nerd. You were blah blah blah, dork, whatever. And so I didn't really talk about it. But when I got back into it in 2018, like, a couple of the people that were working for me, and I was doing the Funko thing at the time, and I got like these shirts, like this shirt, and I was wearing these like when we were doing traveling for work, and so I don't volunteer, but I don't hide it either, and so they all pretty much know at this point. Nobody really ever. There was another guy at work that I worked with occasionally that was in a different office, and he and I would talk about comic stuff. He was a big comic collector. And he's retired, but so he and I would talk about it quite a bit. When he would come down for whatever reason, would be in our office, he'd stop in and we'd talk some. But yeah, none of them have really showed any interest in it. Like, they know I do it, they think it's interesting, but they don't really. They know, and they know I have a YouTube channel, and they know I collect, but they don't really know. I don't know that any of them's ever watched one of my videos at all. So I'd be very surprised, honestly. These are in the show. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Star-Lord and Rocket. And there you go. Okay. Do as well. There you go. I haven't gotten it yet. It's just whether or not I want to try to go for it. Because the duties, and part of it's what the previous guy, like, there's no there's zero guarantee I would get it. There's zero guarantee I would get it. It's just whether or not I want to even try for it, because the guy who had it before, who I respect the heck out of, and I worked with him a lot. It was a position that I work with a lot in my job, but what he did, I don't know that I really want to do that. But that was also, he had different skills than I had, and he sort of had made that position his own. So, and I haven't talked to the same supervisor I have right now. It would be the same supervisor I have right now, and I haven't talked to her yet about it. But I don't know if it. The thing is, at this stage, I don't know if the job interests me or just the location interests me. So it's not that I'm turning down a promotion. I just haven't decided if I'm interested yet. And then, even then, given that I've went for a couple other things that I thought I had a really good shot at and I didn't get in the last few years, I have zero expectation that I would get it. Like, I'm not turning down a promotion. I'm just deciding whether or not I'm going to chase one. See, I feel like, and I don't know how old you are, Senator, there was definitely a stigma attached when I was a kid. Now, I think some of it was BS. It was people who didn't want to get labeled with that. They still like that stuff, but they didn't want to get labeled with it. But yeah, I'm old enough that there was absolutely still a stigma for it. I would go from my current position. I used to supervise a full-time staff, and I supervise hourlies occasionally. I don't have any at the moment, but more often than not, I have hourlies. But I used to supervise a full-time person, and then there was some shuffling, and she shifted to another person who I still work with them a lot, but she now is supervised by another person in the office, just because we went through a reorg and there was stuff shuffled around, and they got split into a different unit than the unit we were used to be in the same unit together. And anyway, but I would go back to supervising full-time staff in this new position, but I only have one at the moment, although they're trying to get a second position filled there. But yeah, even then, you don't fire people. Like, that's our HR. I mean, obviously, I can go to HR or whatever, but I'm not going to be like, I've only been there 20 years. I've only actually even ever let go of one hourly that I had to fire. And I didn't even actually fire her. She left. It was basically, all right, you're shape up or you're gone. And then she came in like the next week and said she's gone. She was leaving. So basically, she got like to the warning stage of like, yeah, there will be no more warnings. This is your last chance. And then she just came in and quit. Gave me her 2 weeks and left. And I was like, bye. So yeah. So wouldn't really be doing that. Yeah, end of the 80s, early 90s. It was, yeah. Never even lived in a country for 20 years. Wow. Is that because you're like 19? I know that's not the case. I'm just being facetious. Lord. It's not wrong, but not wrong, but yeah. Back then, so. But yeah, now it's I don't know. I mean, for the most part, it's, nerd culture is cool and all that kind of stuff, and oh, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't. It's one of those weird things. I've went through this like shift in my own brain again of what I really want to be doing. And I would like to get back to, like, I haven't traveled. And part of the thing that happened was I was doing lots of trips and stuff. And then I had to buy I bought a new truck. And so they kind of cut down on the thing. And I found comic books again. And so while I was paying off the truck, I was like, well, I can't really do vacations. So I just kind of put my free money into comics. And I love my comics, and I'm not getting rid of any of these anytime soon. Eventually I will, but because I'm not going to necessarily leave them for whoever to deal with after I'm gone or whatever. But I understand that completely. Okay, well, you're not that much younger than me, but yeah, you would have been like the time period I'm talking about is like, yeah, about 88 to 92, 94, like in there when I was in high school, 96 when I was in high school, I guess. I graduated high school in 96. Yeah, particularly like when I was in middle school, which would have been, 90-ish. You would have been like 5. Yeah, you wouldn't have known that. You wouldn't have had that deal with that. There you go. Nice. So, yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what I'm going to do. So, I enjoy it. I still enjoy doing this. We'll see how long I keep doing this. I don't see myself ending anytime soon. I don't see myself like completely stopping collecting, but I do feel like I've stagnated a little bit by collecting. My channel is definitely stagnated. It is. Yeah, I've slowed to a crawl. There's no growth. It's just, yeah, like, I mean, where are we at? What was I said? I was like at 39.22 last week. I'm at 39.26. So I did gain a couple of subs this week. But yeah, we'll see if I ever get to 4,000. It's been a long time since I hit 3. Like I hit 3 pretty quick after 2, and then I have flatline. And then in terms of like channel growth, and I'm not making any money off of YouTube anymore. Like they changed the algorithm. Even though I get somewhat similar views, I'm making like a third to half what I was last year of monetization. And not that I ever really did it to make money, but it was kind of nice. It would help supplement buying some books. And so I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just don't know. I don't know. I just wanted, yeah, I'm back in the mode of I want to have experiences. I don't have kids. I don't have a significant other at the moment. I want to just experience stuff before we destroy it all. Before we become those, maybe the reason I don't like post-apocalyptic stories is I feel like that's where we're headed. So it's like, yeah, before we destroy it all, I want to see some shit. Yeah, both. Although my passport's expired at this point, I would have to renew because I haven't went overseas. I say overseas. I've never been overseas. I've been to Canada. So that's the extent of my international travel. But I would like to do some of that. It takes money that I don't have at the moment, but I would like to. There's lots of places just in the U.S. I would like to go that I haven't been to. So I don't know. We'll see where we're going. At some point, we'll probably buy another book. Maybe we'll travel at some point. We'll just have to see where things go. All right, gang. We are right at the hour mark, and I feel like I'm rambled more than normal. Real Gotham. Probably. If I didn't have the channel, yeah, I think you're probably right, Sleepy Reader. If it wasn't for the YouTube channel, I probably wouldn't be still really actively collecting, even though as slow as my active collecting is. Yeah, You're probably right. I probably would be in an absolute break at the moment and deciding what was going to grab my fancy next. Where I was going to go. And so yeah, the channel probably keeps me moving a little bit. It keeps my interest because I see books and because I'm watching other channels and people are talking about stuff and I see stuff to read and that kind of stuff. So it does keep me kind of in the comic thing by doing the channel. But I don't know. I just don't know where. I just don't know at the moment. Which is rare for. I shouldn't say that, but I do feel a little more adrift on some of these things than is usual for me. Usually, like I get something and I just go, and it's. I do feel like I'm a little more uncertain, and for longer, and have been uncertain for longer than is typical for me. About where I'm going to go with some things. I'm usually a little, which my sister and my folks will probably laugh at. They're like, you're not decisive. But on the bigger things, I'm usually more decisive than I am right now. And I'm not sure why. Just them. All right, gang. What's Cards fan saying? No, subs would go. I am not in very good shape at the moment. If you guys have noticed the last couple weeks, I haven't done an Instagram run. I jacked up my foot and my ankle a few weeks back. I tried to run on it. It just kept getting worse. At this point, I'm wondering if it doesn't start turning around fairly soon, I may have to go. I think I have a stress fracture in the foot is where I think I'm at. Not from running, but doing other stuff is when I think I did it. But I've also got some pain in my ankle, and it's like I'm trying to and I just feel myself getting fatter. It's just I need to find some other ways to try to keep myself in shape. Not that I was in the best shape anyway, but this year has been so hard. Since November, it's every time I get to where I'm back where I kind of want to be on my running and feeling pretty good about myself, I've tweaked something, I've done something, I've had to miss time, and I feel like it sets me back, and I'm going to be back at freaking ground zero when I start back this time, because it's literally been almost 2 weeks at this point since I've run, and I'm not running at least for the next few days. So yeah, sucks. I'm gonna have to do something maybe lower impact on my foot that I can get some. But the worst thing is also the ankle a little bit. I don't know what I did. It doesn't hurt for the most part. It doesn't really hurt when I'm moving around on it. It doesn't really hurt. It actually hurts more when I'm sitting. When I'm not doing anything is when it aches and I have pain. And when I'm in the moment of doing something, it doesn't really hurt that bad. So I don't know. We'll see. The sad thing is, most of those have come not from. Most of the little injuries and tweaks have not been from the run. It's been me doing other stuff that has then not allowed me to run. I think there's only one thing I actually did while I was running that put me out for a couple of days. Everything else has been stuff I've done doing other things, that I've injured myself other times. The foot was not from that. It was not. So yeah, I know when I did it, but I wish. My social life outside of home is not the best. That's at the moment. Yeah. Oh well. We're hanging in there. We're gonna get by. We're over an hour. I'm gonna get out of here. We'll see you guys. I got its video should be loaded at this point. So yeah, Look Back will be out tomorrow. D&D Sunday night. Catch the Trash probably Monday, and we'll see after that. So I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me for an hour. I always appreciate it. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. See ya.